The market gives us whipsaw as the Fed cuts rates. Is it down we go, or do the bulls plow on? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so overall we've been looking for a 7,000 target on the ES and the SPX, and we're still well on our way there, even though we did see a little bit of a hiccup yesterday with the Fed. The market moved down a little bit before buying it back up into the close, and then we'll see how the earnings react. So the question now is, do the bulls plow on, or is it down we go? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave theory to break down the SP500 and the Nasdaq. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as always, before we jump into the charts, we are going to take a look at the results of the indicator. It was Fed day, and we live traded it, so you can go check out the entire live trading video. It was kind of a nothing day overall because it's so choppy before the Fed. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the weekly chart and how we use this to swing trading. We do this from time to time so you can see how powerful it is. So let's jump into that chart and take a look. Okay, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what we're doing, we're going over our indicator. It's called IWJ Pivot Point Pro. If I hit my eyeball here, you can see the buys and sells go on and off the screen. And what we're looking at here is Google on the weekly chart. We use weekly for swing trading because it's got bigger moves. We can put out 3 to 6 months on our options, and we can do really well with these signals. Now, this is a trading view only indicator, so you do need a trading view account to get it. I'll show you how to get one if you don't have one later on, and you can get it at a discount. So what we're doing here is we're trying to swing trade on Google. And how the swing trading works is if you get a buy signal, obviously you buy. If you get a sell signal, you sell. Now the difference between swing trading and day trading is when we get a stop, we continue in the same direction. For instance, over here on the screen, we're in a buy that's going up. You get a sell signal here. And when you see the SS, that's a sell stop, then you flip back long. So you get back at long in the market. This was a fake down. The indicator recognized it and got you back in the right direction. So let's look at how this played out over the last year or so in the Google. So coming back here, this is July of 2024. You get a sell signal and you get it at 177. The market dropped immediately down to 147, a 30-point drop, or about 15 to 16% just over a few weeks. An excellent win, an excellent return. If you're trading options, you're absolutely killing it there. We come back, we get a buy signal. That stops out, and we get a buy signal. This buy signal you get at 165. So you had some losers in here, right? That's part of trading. You're going to have a loser or two. You get this buy signal at 165. They run it all the way up to 204. That's 40 points up, almost 25%. An incredible run up on this Google buy signal here. So far you had a 17% move down, like a 25% move up, and then they give you the sell signal right off of the high. You take it at the low. Remember, we take our sell signal at the end of the week. We take our buy signal at the end of the week because we want to make sure the weekly close gets there. We get that at 185. They immediately run it down to 139. 46 points straight down. Guys, that's over a 20% drop. If you're playing options, this is absolutely killing. Again, you get a buy signal, a stop out, then you get a buy signal. So you lose a little money here because that's part of trading. The indicator's on it. It knows we want to go long here. It's just not sure where. You get the next buy signal at 166. Are you ready for this one? You can see it on the chart, right? 166. Where do they go? All the way up to 254. Guys, 90 points straight up on a 160 stock. 166, 90 points straight up. That's insane. That's insane. That's over a 50% move. All you had to do was get long here and watch it go and watch your money just explode. So then you get a sell signal, right? That one stopped, got stopped out the next week. That was a loser. You took a hit, but after taking this win, I don't think it's too bad. But remember, when we get a sell stop, we flip back long. This sell stop comes in at 253. Where do we go to? Well, if you count the earnings up here, they're at 291 right now. So 253 to 291, guys. That's a 40-point move up, over 10% again. This right here, this chart, if you just traded Google for the last year, you would have a ton of money in your account because this is absolutely killing. Guys, if you want to be part of a swing trading program or a day trading program that's also killing, we didn't go over day trading today, but we go over it all the time if you check my past videos. If you want to be part of a group that wins together, that raises your level of trading knowledge, that absolutely crushes the market, if you want to be part of a team that wins and wants you to win, this is where you want to be. We are that team. You can see people on the screen call it a cheat code. People on the screen are taking off work to play golf. People are telling you that they're paying their monthly bills with this indicator. What more do you want? It's simple. Buy, sell. It's direct, it's on the charts, and you can have it. Here's how you get it. There's a link down in the description. You click that link, and it's going to take you over to our website. Once you're there, go to our membership plans. You click on that, and that's going to bring up everything that we offer. You're going to want to look for the Trading View indicator. If you scroll down just a little bit, it's right down here. It's $59 a month. It's $5.90 for the year. But here's the really cool thing. You saw it on the screen. You saw everything great about it. I'm going to give you 30-day money-back guarantee to test it out yourself. Make sure you love it. Make sure it's for you, because I stand behind everything I do. I want you to be a part of this. If you don't love it in 30 days, just let me know and you get your money back. That's both on the yearly and the monthly indicator. This indicator is helping traders, guys. It's helping people like you beat the market every day. Now, when I say every day, does that mean every day we make money? Of course it does not. We have losing trades. I showed you a few on the screen there with Google. That's part of trading, but the winners are exponential, guys. Guys, you're going to want to be a part of this. Once you get in, you will get a set of instructions on exactly how we use it. Okay, here's where you can get a Trading View account at a discount right here. Click this link. Follow the instructions below. Be part of the indicator. Be part of the winning team, guys. We'd love to have you. Now, let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so we were looking for the Wave 4 pullback to start at any moment. The 1618 is a common Wave 3 ending zone, and the Wave 4 should come back into the 6850 area. Now we are dealing with a quick Fed move down. They came down to the 1382 at 6886, basically, which is essentially the top of this gap where they opened the market. So they came down to the weekly open, which was the gap up from last week, and held there. If they do get back below that low, I would expect them to close the gap and get down here into this 6830 area for Wave 4, which would be a little more consistent with what we would expect from a Wave 4 overall, and then up from there. However, this has been a very strong bull market, so it is very possible that we only get that down for Wave 4, and then they shoot back up towards that 7,026 zone. Now, 7,026 is the 2.0 fib. I think we could overshoot that by just a hair. 7,032, roughly 34, is going to be where the SPX hits 7,000, and that's what everybody's watching. There's a huge wall, call wall and resistance at 7,000. I think that they will reject that level pretty soundly the first time there. Now, that doesn't mean reject and the market's over and we're going down, but it can mean a 2 to 3% rejection off of that zone. So we could see them do something like this and then come back up. It's just going to depend on how they get there, the structure on the way down, and what we're seeing, and if the bears can follow through in any way, shape, or form and break support. So 7,000 is the number that I would really look for the pullback off of. We have 3 tech earnings coming out here in about 10 minutes or 20 minutes or so. From there, we'll see what they do. If they're just going to call it and push it higher, that is certainly doable and would not be shocking whatsoever. That 7,000 number is going to be a magnet overall. They are going to want to push toward that on both the ES and then ultimately the SPX. But again, I think once the SPX get there, we'll see rejection. We may see it like a double rejection. So ES gets to 7,000, kind of pulls back a little, pushes through, and then you kind of get the turn down when SPX gets there. If they're going to break down bigger, again, that 6832 zone is where we would expect them to come down to. After that, I would be looking at 6750. And then if they can get below 6750, we can start talking about bigger targets, 68,680, 6690, and then these levels down here. For the bears to have any real hope of getting more downside push, they got to get down below the 6570 zone, this spike low for the B wave. They get down below that, that starts to look like they want to push further, and that will bring this wave 4 down here all the way at 6,300 into play, where they can definitely do something like this still. That's not out of the question. It wouldn't be shocking if they did that, although this time of year might be shocking, as November is usually pretty bullish and December is as well. So I would look for a smaller style pullback now, a rush to 7,000, maybe something back like this. After the first of the year, or maybe even into the first of the year, they start to reject. They do that sometimes as well. But 7,000 SPX is the big number to watch. And we do have enough in place for this to be wave 4 here, the circle wave 4 and wave 5 higher into our final target. The key is going to be after earnings today, do they break out to new highs or do they break this low and push down toward the gap close? That's what we're getting ready to watch as that happens. If they come down and break the low, gap close is very likely. If they go back up and break the highs, a more direct move towards 7,000 is on the table. The Nasdaq, same type of situation. You got your AB12 set up. Wave 3 came into the 1618, ultimately tagging the 764 here after hours. We'd be looking for a pullback here as well. 25,850 would be the first zone to watch. This 26,000 level, they came down close enough to that I don't think they're going to hold. So I'd look for something like this into this 25,850 or 25,716 area, which is the top of the gap fill. I think they will hold that the first time there and potentially push off of that for this wave 4. So again, 3, 4, and then 5 up. We can put that on the chart real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up to that 26.6 area. We'll make that a little smaller. And so we'd be looking for that wave 5 up in that 26,600 area. Again, 25,850 first target, and then the top of the gap fill here at 25,700 basically would be the second target. If they get through that, they're going to fill the gap, I would say, pretty regularly, and they really need to hold that because they're getting close to wave 1 at that point. That's going to be in the 25,490 area. So those are the downside targets. If they're going to continue to the upside, then we would look for them to break back over today's high. We would consider all of wave 4 in a shallow version of it and look for them to push back towards 26.6 as the next target up. It does look like some of the earnings have come out and the initial reaction is down, but it is right after the bell. So we will see how they are in the morning, as earnings right now don't matter too much until the calls are done and all of the moves and then the morning session. So that's what we're looking at on the Nasdaq. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it'll take you right over to our website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans and they both come with a 7-day free trial. That's because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our educational material. If you scroll down a little further on the page, you're going to see our indicators, which you saw in the first part of the video, and also our courses. We have our Trade Waves Academy course, and right now I am giving 50% off of this course if you get the yearly indicator. So if you buy the yearly indicator right now, you're getting 2 months for free on that, and then you get Trade Waves Academy 50% off. In Trade Waves Academy, we go over all of the things that are outside of Elliott Wave to put a complete package together. We go over market psychology, capital management. You can see all the modules here on the screen. Options trading basics, candlestick patterns, how to trade price action, bull and bear traps, how to identify market reversals, fib levels and why they're important, how to identify key support and resistance, and trade setups and proper risk reward. All of this comes inside of Trade Waves Academy. On top of that, you get our Elliott Wave 4 beginners course included in this price, and you get the advanced Elliott Wave for free included in this price. So for $497, you get all of those modules I just said, plus the beginners course, plus advanced Elliott Wave. It's an incredible deal, and you can get it for half off right now if you get the yearly indicator. Now, as I did mention, we do have our advanced and our beginners Elliott Wave courses. In our advanced course, we're going through a lot of the things we're seeing on the charts right now. A lot of those things are the advanced fib levels, the diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, triangles, trading Elliott Wave, which right there, that is worth the price of admission. People don't understand that there's 2 paths and how do you trade them if there's up and down. It's because you trade setups, and there are very good setups in Elliott Wave theory. You have to know how to spot them and trade them, and we talk about that here so that you can understand how to do this course. Now, I understand if this is too advanced. You can see, though, that our traders love it. But if you need to get started at the beginning, we have our Elliott Wave 4 Beginners online course. And this course is really helping traders understand a complex market in a way that makes sense. It's extremely confusing when good news makes the market go down, bad news makes the market go up. It stops at random places. You don't know what's going on. That's because the news cycles were garbage. Elliott knew this long ago. He knew that key levels mattered. It's not random, and it's you're able to find these key levels, and this is what gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. In this course, you get 25 videos where we go through your introduction. We have to introduce you to Elliott Wave theory. We have to get your mindset right. and give you the KISS method, how this works and why it works. It's very scientific based. People think it's just, oh, you just make a wave up. No, very scientific based. It's outstanding. Chart setup and tools. We go through all of your chart setups, every tool you need to use with Elliott Wave, how to use it and why we use it. And then the Elliott Wave for beginners area where we go through each of the waves, how to find the key levels, how to understand impulsive and corrective waves, how to know where to get these measurements, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, the pivot, everything you need to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the really cool thing about both of these courses is there's several ways to get them cheap or for free. You can get them both at a $37 discount with our Elliott Wave course bundle. You can get them for free in our Trade Waves Academy course. If you buy that, they are included in that course. Or if you just want to get them at a low monthly cost, you simply get one of our monthly rooms, as the Elliott Wave courses are included in this price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, we give you all of your real-time market updates, all of your buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions are answered. The midday video that you watch in these calls, that's live for everybody in these rooms. And then you get the beginners and the advanced course included in this price. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade. So we do trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as the individual stocks, the futures trading, his income trading method that just kills it, and his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price, get you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures that trade that's so unique. That's why you get a 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with your next market update.